We're a green city trying to do the right thing by the environment, which is reducing truck trips, reducing vehicle trips, and also disposing of things properly. And that's a community-driven thing, and it's highly wanted, highly desired by our residents, and we've tried to meet their needs. The recycling center takes over 40 items, including medicines, electronics, all of your standard recyclable products, paper, aluminum, plastics, and we source separate those, and in the process we are able to serve our residents' needs here in El Cerrito, in an urban center. And it's not miles for them to go to accomplish these things.
It was a very conscious decision to put education in the title. Historically, this is known as the El Cerrito Recycling Center, but we wanted it to be more than that. And you see that the number of residents that come, even businesses that come. But I think what makes the center especially wonderful for the city is all the kids that come, and that we're doing our best to organize classrooms and tours and bringing this into the kids' curriculum.
In redesigning this facility, our first and foremost goals were functional. We wanted to make sure that our crews could operate safely and that people could feel that it was a welcoming site for them to come and utilize, and that they could see easily what they could do here and they could learn more about what they could do. So in putting out our request for proposals, we were looking for the most sustainable design that we could get. Nolan Tam provided a LEED and PanCal provided a LEED Platinum facility.
One of the things about this project that was so unique was that it was design build. You almost never see a project of this size and this type that a city would put out there as a design build project. And they decided that they would have an innovative approach, and they said we would have a budget and we would put it out there for design build teams to compete and show us what they could do for the amount of money that we had to spend on this and see how much could they get. So they wrote up a very detailed list of functions that they wanted to achieve on the site, and then they left it up to the design teams to figure out how to do that.
The El Cerrito Recycling Center started off on this site. It's a unique and well loved by the community. And this site was an old quarry, and the horseshoe-shaped quarry really lends itself to the circular shape that became our design and our concept behind the design.
The circular form solved a bunch of sort of technical, practical problems for us in terms of separating the people who would be in the center of the circle and the operations who would be on the outside of the circle, but also it really became a metaphor for the whole idea of the place, which was sort of the circular sort of movement of materials through this recycling process. We wanted to get as many sustainable features into the project as possible that we could possibly fit in within our limited budget. We recycled everything in the building that was possible to be recycled and reused in this facility. For the materials for the new facility, we used materials that had recycled content like steel, aluminum, and also were sustainably grown like wood and other materials. And we sort of inserted into the program this large storage tank so we could catch water on the roof and then reuse it for flushing toilets and watering the landscape.
One of the unique aspects of the recycling center is the administrative building, which is a modular building fabricated in Sacramento by Zeta Communities. That allowed us to give an enhancement to the project of very tight construction.
The City of El Cerrito's Recycling and Environmental Resource Center is intended to be a one-stop drop-off for all things recyclable or reusable under the sun. Our goal, our intent, is to make it safe, convenient, and accessible for people to find a home for the things that they don't want anymore, rather than just disposing of it in a landfill. So we take the approach of making sure with pictures and multilingual approaches that we're showing folks exactly what goes where, so that again it adds to the convenience and it makes it a much more accessible to a wider audience. Some of the most notable achievements for the Recycling and Environmental Resource Center is pretty significant increase in the number of people that are using the facility. Historically speaking, we were seeing somewhere between 200 and 300 users. Now we're seeing peaks of somewhere in the 500 to 600 range on our busiest weekends.
People in town really liked the center from early on. It was founded by volunteers. Volunteers have remained involved even though it is a city-run operation. The exchange zone, the book zone, began informally with people coming to the recycling center and not wanting to throw a book out, so they would put it down. And then it gradually became organized. The Boy Scouts, again volunteers, built some bookshelves, and there was a book exchange.
So we think the relationship between our priority development area and the things we do to make El Cerrito a more sustainable, interesting, accessible place are very, very interrelated. So as you can see here by looking around, not only do we create an environment where people can bring their recyclable goods, their hazardous waste, or materials they can exchange, but they can also learn about other environmental stewardship efforts around town. So we think it really provides an opportunity to connect them more not only to El Cerrito but to the Bay Area.
We appreciate receiving the Urban Design Award because we feel this is a great model that other urban cities should take up and provide this type of service close to their residents' homes so their residents can continue to do the types of things that will reduce waste and save the planet. I want to thank the residents of El Cerrito and our staff for collaborating on such a dynamic project. The design of the project is not only beautiful, but it's incredibly functional, and everyone should come and visit and see how it works.